How's it going, everyone? My name is James, the Abstract Marcher. I love metal music. I figured to find some of the most metal artwork there is in Magic the Gathering and discuss them a little bit. The first card we're going to be discussing is the ever-popular and most disturbing card, in my opinion, Peer into the Abyss by Izzy. As soon as I saw this artwork, I was truly thrown off by it, and it still unnerves me to this day. With all of the faces that come out of every orifice, between the eyes, the mouth, just the repetition of them all. It just never ends. The color palette of this piece, along with the aforementioned repetitive composition, truly help make this a disturbing piece of art. Along with that, the flavor text also gets to me.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. When your eyes bleed and your brain leaks out your ears, then we'll talk about lost sanity.
Truly unsettling stuff from Braids, one of the most unhinged and disturbing characters in MTG lore. Especially looking into what a dementia summoner is, like, holy shit. Absolutely terrifying. If I had to put a genre for this artwork, I believe it would go into trancecore, based on the colors and composition of the piece. What? But the imagery is definitely more along the lines of, say, mathcore or stoner metal. The next artwork we have is Shadow Feed by Dave Kendall. This artwork truly encapsulates what it means for death metal, and more specifically, death grind / deathcore. The brutal imagery of the shadow beast devouring the subject in the foreground is definitely on par with the imagery found in Death Grind and Deathcore. The person in the foreground is being obliterated and shred to bits by the shadow figure. It's just absolutely terrifying. That's one hungry shadow. And that flavor text just definitely seems like something that Make Them Suffer or the Acacia strain would write. The future is a snake, devouring your life backwards through time. And when you die, believe me, it doesn't stop feeding. Absolutely brutal stuff. Alright, we are jumping ship. One of the pieces of art that I drew inspiration from for this video was from the card Phyrexian Grimoire by Doug Chaffee. This is absolutely disgusting artwork. Like, this is Lovecraftian horror meets steampunk, or some amalgamation of the sort. It's tough to tell if that's blood or oil seeping down the sides of the pages. I don't think I want to know. The flavor text definitely paints a very upfront picture. Every page cost a life. Every secret cost 1,000 more. I feel like this artwork belongs in industrial deathcore. It could also be in doom metal, with the likes of Corrupted, but it's tough to narrow down. It could be a mixture of industrial deathcore and doom. Industrial doom? I have more artifacts I wish to discuss, but I will have to save them for another video. There's just so much cool art! For now, let's transition over to blue with Thought Scour by David Raposa. Just, damn, Giraffe. You really know how to comfort those around you. Ravenous Medicine by Voivod is a song that comes to mind for this piece. Kisses and Kerosene by Otep also feels appropriate. Not quite in the flavor of a Scabaron, like Giraffe, but definitely feels appropriate. Between the endless blue of the background, or the caress of the claws across the poor Scab 2B's face, this artwork surely encapsulates what it would be like to have your brain picked apart by Giraffe. I don't quite think there's one genre to fit Thought Scour into, more like multiple at once, whether it's avant-garde metal, or gothic metal, or even electro grind or death grind. I think that's honestly up for interpretation. Next up, we are going into red with Disintegrate by Anson Maddox. I mean, there are so many similar artworks like Disintegrate. Burnout by Mike Robb is pretty similar to this. Just the thought of being obliterated from fire and just becoming ash is just absolutely terrifying to me. Just a brutal way to go. Deathcore and slam are genres that I think apply here. I'm kind of feeling the likes of, say, Psycho Frame and God Hand. I'm also seeing maybe some speed metal as well, but maybe the former. I do kind of feel bad because of how little there is to say about these two pieces of art, but I guess that's just red in a nutshell for you. Mono red, go burr. Alright, 2 more colors to go for this. Next up is green. The next artwork we have, Primal Crux by Wayne Reynolds. Trees are some of the oldest living things in the world, and you do not want to piss off an elemental. The green haze in the bottom right corner of the piece contrasts nicely with the grays and tans of the clouds above Primal Crux. The trees in the foreground really help to frame up the rampaging amalgamation of trees and energy. A lot of people say it looks like a deer or sometimes a bull. I'm going with a bull. And the most important thing about this piece, the flavor text. When nature is backed into a corner, just like its children, it lashes out. Absolute poetry really encapsulates what Primal Crux is about. The genre I associate for Primal Crux is hardcore, straight edge, and anything that is environmentally active and aggressive. Listening to bands like Storm of Sedition and In Heart's Wake provides some of the energy I associate with Primal Crux, and their desire to showcase the errors of human ways in relation to the damage done to nature. Last but not least, we have white. First up, Phyrexian Unlife by Jason Chan. Personally, this is one of my favorite arts of all time. This does not beat out Indestructible Aura though. Go Middlebird. Unsettling, surreal, and visceral. It is so easy to feel bad for the being in the image, especially because of their expression on their face and seeing the glistening oil of Phyrexia envelop the subject as it drips down their body. I'm very curious if this was a follower of Elish Norn, being ossified as a part of becoming one with the fair Basilica, or if it was just a poor soul in the surgical bay. Whoever it is, I feel for them. The genre I associate with this piece is doom or sludge metal, and maybe mixing in some death doom. The band Acid Bath comes to mind for inspiration. Lastly, this card, very inspirational, badass, and really tugs at the heartstrings. I am talking about Blessed Spirits by Anna Steinbauer. It's just a sad picture. They're just kids. Like, damn, Watsy. Like, they're just kids. I tried to find anything in regards to who these kids might be, or what may have happened to them, but just fucking hell. You didn't have to go this hard. And the flavor text. Not all heroes die in armor. Stop. Just my heart, I can't. Now, imagery-wise and flavor text-wise, this is a gimme and can be seen as a cop-out, but Christian metal is the genre I have speak to me for this piece. And in researching this video, not only is there a lot of complexities in regards to trying to determine who is a Christian metal band versus who isn't, There's also a lot of different subsections and subsects of Christian metal. For example, it won't sound like it to you, but the band Crimson Thorn are Christian metal. Due to their death metal inspired sound, their lyrical content tries to evoke the essence and pure elation of being Christian, and not trying to allow outside influences force their beliefs in a different direction. None of their songs better encapsulates this than Eternal Life. Other choices to fit with this artwork would be the band Skillet with their song Hero, no duh, as well as the bands Tourniquet, Demon Hunter, and POD. I think it's time to wrap up this video. This was very informative, very eye-opening, and it got me to listening to a bunch of different genres of metal I did not anticipate listening to or enjoying, but I was pleasantly surprised. I surely want to get community feedback on this. If there are any cards you want to see in my next video, feel free to leave them in the comment section. As always, like, share, subscribe, anything helps. Follow me on all of my social media if you feel free to. Have a good one. Peace.